Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel, Reality Squad. Today we are going to wrap up because Starcasm released the second half of their interview with Lindsey Downs, who was from Love After Lockup and Life After Lockup. She was the other half to Scott, and everything ended really poorly, and we had the first half of the interview come out, and it's been a few weeks, and now Starcasm has put out the second half of the article, or the second half of the interview, which goes into more of their relationship and what life was like for Lindsey. So or at least what Lindsey says life was like. You can take or leave how much of it you believe in. I'll kind of give my opinion on some of the things she says, but let's just jump right into what Lindsey had to say. Okay, so just to kind of do a quick catch up, Lindsey was taken into custody a few months ago. She was sentenced to 24 months in federal prison. She is currently serving her sentence. And if she satisfies 85% of that sentence with good behavior, she could be looking to be released around March of 2022. So that is what she is looking at the moment. That is her current situation. As far as we know with Scott, the only updates we have is that he still is living in Mississippi. Not sure if he has permanently relocated his whatever business, because it was still unclear what his business even was down there, but that is the latest update there. So Lindsey has really maintained that what we saw in the show was not an accurate reflection of what was happening in real life. One of the things that she wants to be known is that we didn't see the real Scott on the show, and she actually did a lot more around the house than what was portrayed on the show. And again, I'm going to link it in the description of this video, but this is an interview she gave to Asa Hawks, who's a reporter for Starcasm. So they kind of split this up into two different articles. The first came out a few weeks ago, or maybe like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, and you can check out my video on that. I'll link that as well. And then this is the culmination of that interview. So she also says that she and Tarabelle spent hours a day cleaning and preparing for Miley Grace to live there. That house was a mess, and we really criticized Scott for the house being a mess. But now that, you know, there was dog hair everywhere, it was like parts of the house looked like it was under construction, which I don't blame Lindsey for, but it did not look like anybody spent hours a day cleaning. Or what were they preparing? Because there was no evidence of that on the show whatsoever. Another thing that she claims in the interview is that Scott went through her things and made copies of her journal entries and different like quotes that she had written down. I totally believe this, because based off of Scott's own behavior, he like reached out to her previous ex-boyfriends via Facebook and asked if she was like crazy or if the sex was bad. And actually in the Starcasm article, they point out that when Scott like discovers the that prison quote of like, take him for all he's worth, the thing that really got under his skin and caused a huge fight, it clearly was like a photographed copy. So that's super gross and cringy. And actually, like, I completely believe that that happened. Another thing she claims in the article is that Scott would get belligerently drunk, and even at one point he tried to back out of the driveway in his truck and he like ran over a whole bunch of stuff. I could absolutely see this happening based off of just Scott's own behavior. There's a lot of things that Lindsey says that is hard to believe, and that are even contradicted by things we know to be true. But some of the things that she is saying, I could believe unless I had blatant evidence the other way. And this is one of those. It's really hard to wrap your head around what was Scott's motivation to even be in this relationship. Why did he uproot his entire life down from New York to Mississippi? We do know that he was previously working as some sort of social worker and got too involved in a case, and it ended up making him lose his job. And from what he portrays himself on the show, and it seems like what he portrayed himself to Lindsey, was being much more successful than he was. He came off, I think they even like coded him as some sort of like entrepreneur, which never made sense because it was like, what is he even doing? Another thing that Lindsey claimed is that he refused to return Miley Grace's laptop, Xbox, and bed because he claimed that he had bought them. Well, we know for sure that Lindsey did not buy them. Apparently, Lindsey claims that her grandmother bought them for Miley Grace and that those were her things aside from anything Scott had purchased for her. And then there was the whole thing about the gun. So Lindsey said that she tried to go back and get the rest of her stuff, and that Scott said that he had stored a weapon in the house, and obviously as someone on parole, she can't be around weapons. So this like proved to be like like she couldn't get her stuff because she said he did that. This really is not that surprising to me, considering the fact that we saw like Lindsey going through his stuff in his office and seeing a lot of delinquent bills. But she claims she doesn't know for sure if Scott is still living in the house in Mississippi that she quote purchased, because we know he's actually renting that house. So we don't know for sure if he's still living there. But she said that when she was living there, he was 2 months behind on rent. So Lindsey tells Starcasm that after lots of debate, I have decided to renew my profile on writeaprisoner.com. So if you're looking for a pen pal, Lindsey is available. Scott is so far from what he portrayed himself to be. I have spent the last 6 months totally against the idea of trying for a new relationship, especially a new pen pal. However, my friends have pushed me to not assume everyone is like Scott and to not let him affect my chance of happiness in the future. So expect to see me back on the website within the next 2 months, and fingers crossed for better luck next time. What about Tarabelle? Isn't she like your girlfriend? Aren't you in love with her? Like, why are you? This just clearly just proves this is all a scam. I don't even know how much Lindsey is really into Tarabelle. I think Lindsey, it's like whatever she can get out of you, she will put that much affection back in. This is her friends really had to push her to get back out there, and Starcasm does want to clarify that as of them publishing this article, which was March 26th, I believe. Let me just double check. March 26th. She has not created a new profile. Maybe she's lost her privileges. I have no idea. But you can certainly expect to see her back on writeaprisoner.com for sure. Is this the end of what we're going to hear for Scott and Lindsey? I don't know. Probably. I can't imagine that we'll see them on another season of Love After Lockup or Life After Lockup, because this kind of their whole relationship just kind of imploded. And it almost was a non-starter because she got out. It was the middle of the pandemic. From day one, it was just like catastrophe. Like she was just so combustible, and Scott was just not much better. So, there's really no person with clean hands in this relationship. So we will see what happens. But I know that we are in a drought right now when it comes to Love After Lockup or Life After Lockup. We have to wait until June for a new season. So as when we get tidbits and updates on past cast members, I'll go ahead and update you guys because it's all we have right now. So we just gotta take all the morsels we can get. But anyways, let me know what you think. I'm going to link my past video of the first part of the interview with Lindsey down in the description, as well as the Starcasm article as well. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reality Squad, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.